3, 2, and we're live.
All right, hey y'all.
Hey.
We live. Y'all already know. I don't know why the heck I say that all the time. Y'all already know we here. I'm telling you.
SWP
Look.
in effect. Hey.
Look, all right, y'all already know. Like I just said, I'm tired.
And I'm your girl Kiana.
Look what we got to build today. Y'all, and for those of y'all who don't know, this is
The G. Who is this? The G.
That's G.
The G.
Too legit to quit.
Hey, hey.
Too legit to quit.
Hey, hey. So we gonna act up in here.
I'm just saying, but this is the third, you know what I'm saying? This is the third leg to this best friend trio. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh no, yours, Tris.
Squat those. I'm having dance on everything. We straight clown, but so y'all know how this show about to be, man. Look,
It's about to
we
be
about to
lit.
chat, but y'all already know we gonna clown because that's just what we do.
Yeah.
I am.
All right, so our topic tonight is you have a degree, so what now? And this is episode 3.
Absolutely.
Oh, season
Season 2. I finally made it in, baby.
Finally,
Finally
dang,
made
we've
it
been
in,
trying
baby.
to get her in here since season 1.
Yeah. She be here. She be here now.
I'm here.
All right, so y'all already know we normally have a purpose as to why we pick the topics that we do, and of course, being that we are definitely spiritual first. You know, we wanted to talk about success, like pretty much what does success mean to you. So we kind of coming from that area. So we gonna just go ahead and start chatting. Who want to start first? You want to get this ball rolling? You want to
Well,
start
I mean,
because you normally start with old definition.
I mean, basically, that's what we do. Like, you want to know what success is personally, because everybody has their own opinion of what success
Or
is.
definition.
Or, yeah, definition of what success is. Opinion, definition.
You just go off. I just got hot all of a sudden.
Yeah, I
You know,
can't know.
Oh my lord.
I told you it's
I'm
going to
finna
be
burn up.
So, with that being said, what is success to you?
You want to go to first?
Google defines success as an accomplishment of an aim or a purpose. Yep, I'm ready. So they ain't got to give me a chance to speak. I'm on it. Now, again,
What did they say?
Google defines success as an accomplishment of an aim or a purpose.
So what does it mean to you?
For me, I would think that success is kind of like your mission in life. Like most companies have a vision statement or a mission statement. I think for you to be successful in your own right, you have to set a goal for yourself. I think a lot of people define success as how much money you make, what house you live in, what car you drive, the 2.5 children. I think that that's successful for what you expect people to think of you. But to be successful, you have to be happy with yourself is what I think, number one. For me to consider success for my life personally, I set goals daily. I set goals that I want to accomplish at the beginning of the year. I have goals set for a 3-month time span, and just accomplishing your dream and not letting anybody tell you that you can't. For me would be success, and not letting failure be an option.
So your definition of success is you have a path. Long as you stay on that path, then you consider yourself.
Set goals that you want to achieve, and don't let anybody tell you that you can't achieve them. And when you fail at them, because there's going to be several times that you fail at trying to get where you're going, just don't give up.
Gotcha. Because I had some of that, but I guess I kind of want to discuss that a little bit. But before we do that, I get into what success means to me. Because I think that for me, there's 2 forms of success. I think that there's a worldly form of success, because I believe that success is, it's pretty much like what the Lord say, like, don't lay your treasures where moth and rust can, like, come in and destroy, or thieves can come in and steal. So he said your treasure is where your heart is. So my heart is with the Lord. So I feel like I am a success because of Jesus. Who did it?
People just call now. People don't even be calling me y'all. I apologize. They're trying to make me feel important because I'm on this podcast
Look at me
tonight.
turn.
It does, but yeah. So I feel like I am successful because once again, Jesus and me and Him. So He is actually I'm one with Him. So I'm successful there. But if you want to say successful from a worldly perspective, heck no, it's always things that you can accomplish or go towards and definitely tackle.
Well, I absolutely love that definition from the spiritual standpoint, Tanya. I love that. Yeah. But from a worldly standpoint, for me, success is happiness. Happiness and freedom. You be able to, have freedom to do whatever you want to do. As far as traveling, when you want to travel, as far as being able to go when you want to go, come and go as you please. You're not restricted by a certain time that you have to be on somebody's job. You're not restricted by what somebody has to tell you when and what to do and how to do it. You're free. So I feel like success to me is freedom, happiness and freedom.
Wow. I actually talked to about 5 different people in different age groups to ask them what they can consider success.
Right.
The youngest person was 14 years old, and she said for her, success would be achieving all of her goals in the way that she wanted to achieve them.
Gotcha.
I was like, okay, Miss 14. 18-year-old said success is happiness. A 23-year-old said making sure you do what it takes to make you happy despite of what others think of what you want to do to be happy in your life. And I think that was big for that person to say at 23, because at 23 I think that we're still trying to please our parents.
Yeah,
and I think
kind
that
of coming towards out of it, but yeah.
Yeah, but at 23, your parents sent you off to college and they're paying for you to be a lawyer, and then you change your mind and you decide that you want to go in that school for acting, and now your parents mad and might not want to fund your schooling. So I think that you have to do what it takes to make you happy and not live for others. A 42-year-old said success is not being afraid to fail. As long as you continue to strive, never give up on reaching.
Absolutely.
And the 48-year-old said happiness is being happy with what you're doing.
Happy.
Absolutely. So
So that's pretty good that nobody, I'm sorry, nobody was the same, but nobody actually mentioned anything about money. You know what I'm saying?
And I asked
that's
that
what
question, and
and that's
everybody
what,
said no.
you want to turn that back on?
Yeah, it's
Look, this I know it looks like I'm digging in my nose, but y'all know I don't give a darn about what y'all think of that. About that.
Don't
Because this nose ring big. Waiting on me. Yeah. So what do you think? Because once again with spiritual, what do you think they consider like as what worldly success kind of? What is the motivation, or what is the
drive?
No, like what do you think worldly success is? Put it that way. How do you define worldly success? Because we know what spiritual success is. How do you define worldly success?
I think a lot of people think that worldly success is the amount of money that one person has, because you think that a person that is rich is successful, but then they're probably not happy. A lot of rich people aren't happy.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do think that being successful has a lot to do with money, going to college, and being wealthy. At the end of the day, they think that wealth is what causes them to be successful. I hear all the time on social media, secure the bag, get that bag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's what motivates them into thinking that once you have that money, that you done made yourself successful. Yeah,
that's what I think too. I think it's definitely money motivated is what worldly success is, and they have like this one set path that they kind of like it's a generalization as far as to the path that they pretty much can quote unquote guarantee you for success. That you graduate from school and you go to college. You know what I'm saying? So but obviously we know experience has taught us otherwise. Right. But it's crazy that experience taught us otherwise, but everybody still try to take the same path.
I don't think money is success, but I think it takes money to at least get to a point to where you can live comfortable.
I think we know we need money.
Yeah,
you definitely need
you
money.
definitely can't travel and do those things without some sort of income. So I think that you have to have income, but I think people that are wealthy to a sense where they don't have to work and can travel the world, it doesn't make them happy. I mean, when you look at people like Whitney Houston that couldn't go outside and end up just getting high just to escape the reality of the world. She was successful in what we thought was successful, but she didn't have the freedom. So I think to be successful, I think that's one thing that would be our number one, would be to have the freedom to live your life the way that you want to live it. Because she couldn't do so.
But success, you're referring to success, but with Whitney Houston, that was fame. You know what I'm saying? She was successful, but that was also fame included. You don't have to be
her fame
exactly. You don't have to be, successful and famous. You can be successful without the fame.
Absolutely. Definitely. That's where a lot of the money comes from. The people who aren't even necessarily known. Like, people behind the scenes.
Don't confuse being successful in one area of your life with being successful with your whole entire life. So she was successful with her career for a while at least anyway, but the rest of it,
it was a lot.
Jennifer, say hello to the viewers.
Hey everybody.
Hey viewers.
And then I also want to say hi.
Make sure y'all comment so we can make sure we include your comments.
So I think that as an audience, what do they consider success? By what measures?
Yeah, like if y'all just tuning in or if you already were tuning in, like Jennifer just said, like the original question was, what does success mean to you? Like, what is success to you? How do you define it? So yeah, I think tap on the screen. We're interested in knowing, because sometimes we be thinking, that's why you stop thinking, because you don't get paid to do it. You be thinking that most people be in this, over here in this same category, but you got like opinions from a couple different age groups, and they were definitely not the same, and they were definitely not money motivated. Like they wasn't that one track way that they tell you what success is. In other words.
I mean, think about it. You have a mother that's potty training. When she finally get that child potty trained, she's been a success at getting him potty trained. So it just depends on that person, that age group, and what goal they're trying to accomplish in that day. Because you can go to work tomorrow and just say, Lord, if you will help me make it through the day without having to cuss my boss out, I have had a successful day. So it just depends on what measures and what length of time that you want to set a goal for, what person you're talking about. Because I think that you look at toddlers who can jump on YouTube and can't read or write but can find what they're looking for on YouTube. They had a successful day, and we still bewildered on how they did it.
Yeah, I think that's very important as far as why you're supposed to live day to day, at least from a spiritual standpoint.
Not worry about tomorrow.
Exactly, don't worry about tomorrow. Take care of the things that you have to take care of today, because tomorrow got his own cares and concerns, worries, and all of that good stuff. So yeah, I think you probably can, well, I guess you wouldn't necessarily have to change your perspective or your understanding to kind of take on that thing, to take on the mindset or the mentality of that way.
Now, would you consider Martin Luther King successful?
I think he was put here to do a certain task and he accomplished it. I do.
So that's considered. I'm asking.
Yeah, I think he had a purpose, and I think that was the purpose success? For which you. If that's what you were put here for, then absolutely.
I mean, I think that mentioning Martin Luther King, I think that before he died, he didn't get to see his goal.
Right. Exactly.
He didn't get to see it, but I think that he set up on a good path.
The job was done.
But I think that when we speak of people in that manner, just like Michael Jackson, everybody, they have different things that people will tear down in the afterfact. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Because people will tear Martin Luther King down in the afterfact about having outside relationships from his marriage. People always are going to consider something negative about people. So I think that this is a good topic to let, like the 23-year-old said, being happy despite of what others think.
Absolutely.
So you can't allow what people think about you to change who you are or what you're trying to achieve. Because people will tell you, oh, you'll never make that. You'll never. People thought that Martin Luther King's dream was crazy until we were sitting together in the same school, whites and blacks together.
Now we got a whole holiday.
So don't let people tell you that what you think is crazy. You gotta achieve your own goal.
Exactly.
You have your own dream.
You gotta. That's what I tell my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, things definitely changed for me when it came to my kids. Well, a lot of them changed for me in general because you just here living this life. But when my kids got in like some trouble with the law, like, man, I started to feel like a failure for a parent. We made a lot of sacrifices, in our own personal lives to, make sure that your kids don't go down a certain path. You're like, how the hell they go down that route? So, you know, now I got my own, you know, you're supposed to, you know, try to prevent the kids from seeing, you know, your mental capacity. But, you know, so now I'm going to the Lord. I'm necessarily feel like a failure. I'm coming to my sister, I'm crying. You know, you're starting to compare junk to people. And at the same time, you still got to be that encouraging, uplift, the motivator to your kids. And then that's when the Lord started directing me in a different way. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Look, I didn't tell you that was the path that I had for them. That's the path you wanted from them. Nigga, them not kids. You know what I'm saying? I created them. I know what's best for them.
Right.
And he had to show me that from a different perspective. But because he was able to show me that, I was then able to motivate my kids. Telling them, like, it don't, your history, you know what I'm saying? Like, your criminal background don't make you, it don't dictate. You know what I'm saying? We put the heart of other people in God's hand, and he direct that thing where you want, wherever it is that he wanted to go. So you got to give him a different vision. Like, when that path don't work, look, you detour, we got another route. You make another route.
Yeah, I mean, especially with people that come from prison, because a lot of times you feel as if you can't be successful because nobody will open a lane for you to become a citizen again, especially a law-abiding citizen. And when they don't open the lane for you, then you create one for your own.
Absolutely.
Because they might not give you a second chance, but this is always the first chance to be your own business owner, to do things on your own,
Right.
to make your own path. So you don't have to always be traditional and being successful.
It's just like you making room for, it's like you're making room for you. Because I
Definitely.
think that's a form of success as well. You know what I'm saying? How you're able to enjoy, like, you know, these careers that we so long for. For me, I would want to enjoy what it is that I do for a living. So I think more or less you can do that when you're doing that which you are good at. You know what I'm saying? And whatever it is that you're good at or you're gifted with, then God will make room for that. I don't care how different it is. You know what I'm saying? He'll make room for that. And I think that, personally, I think that's what he's done with the podcast. I like chat. You know what I'm saying? And he, along with some other things, because we have an episode coming on as far as how this all came about, it came together. But, you know, he definitely done that with this podcast.
Absolutely.
He'll make room for your gift.
I agree. And I don't even know if it, I mean, it's already set up, you know, as far as your path, I believe, anyways.
I do too.
And when it comes to, you know, wanting to do certain things and not getting it done, for instance, with me, when I was going to college, I went to college twice, you know, because I was told that this was something I had to do. You can't not go to college. You got to go to college. I attempted this thing twice.
That's how you make money. Like,
That's how
money
you make money, yeah. So, okay, I'm going to do it. Man, school ain't for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
I'm telling you, school is not for everybody.
Well,
Well, college ain't for everybody.
It was
other different types of school.
But
Yeah.
She trying to like, it was for her when we was in
I'm
regular
just
school.
saying, it wasn't.
I wasn't a skipping person, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say I loved school, but you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you try to get through that
And
job.
I went to college, but I'm saying that to say this. Even though I did not, you know, feel like school was
For you.
for me,
Yeah.
Mhm.
the Lord still, I went to college, but he still, even outside of college, blessed me with jobs
Absolutely.
where I was making like good money.
Good money.
Good money. And even, you know, as now, I'm making good money in a field that I didn't have. I had training. They trained me on the job, but I'm just saying, like, as far as I didn't go to school for that. Yes. So, I mean.
It wasn't something that you were looking forward to doing.
Absolutely.
God laid that path for you.
Absolutely not.
Right.
So, yeah,
I mean, I went to college and I finished college, and now
I
it's
never
a
knew
burden
she
and a
wasn't
curse.
looking forward to, because I was so shocked by the opportunity that she even was presented with.
Yeah,
you know?
like, it
I
was
was like, God
Because
damn.
sometimes God will just lay some things at your feet that
Yeah.
you're not even looking for.
Right.
I know
wasn't
for
even
me,
looking for that. Right.
I went to school. I finished college. I got my bachelor's degree, getting ready to start on my master's. And it's a blessing and a curse because now in the job, market for a job, I'm overqualified for a lot of jobs. And people don't want to hire me because they feel like $65,000 ain't enough money a year for me.
Yeah.
And now they're just like, if I bring you
Yeah.
in with the qualification that you got, then you're going to leave as soon as something else comes available. That's a higher pay grade. So education is a blessing and a curse.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends because
yeah.
a lot of employers look at you getting a college degree as you just able to complete a task.
Yeah.
All jokes aside, if you ask them, why does a college degree matter? It shows that you're dedicated to completing a task.
Well, yeah, I think
Depends
it
on the type
definitely.
of
I know what
job
I definitely. I think it has some
I
aspect.
mean, now some of y'all, you gotta get
Yeah.
that. You can't say, I don't want no doctor working on me that got no
Exactly.
leads.
Exactly, because they're looking for those qualifications.
So
like they ain't really got to ask you certain
Right.
questions because they already can avoid that because you already got certain qualifications. You know what I'm saying? When you
So
present
for
that
certain
degree.
jobs, yeah.
Exactly, but when you got that, because sometimes they, you know, now that I do like that they've added that within the hiring process because you can have a certain amount of experience and not necessarily the degree.
That's right.
But you know, there right there, you got a whole different interview.
I mean, cause maybe I go and if I gotta get blood drawn, and I'm looking at this girl that look like she's 17, baby, how long you been drawing blood? Go back there and get somebody grandma for me. I need somebody that been here 30 years because you ain't gonna give her one time to poke this thing.
But they got a
You
lot.
know what?
I'm just saying,
I'm
not gonna be the person that you
ain't
check
gonna
off
get
on.
your first job.
I'm the person that's really scared of needles, so I don't do that. I understand that you gotta get trained. I'm gonna need you to go back there and get
I'm
grandma.
bringing my student to come.
Yeah, go get grandma. Don't do that with me. And then I'm also leery of hospitals that are teaching schools, because that's where my mother died at, a teaching school.
But you,
You know, like when you
no,
go to the
I
hospital.
understand what
yeah.
you're saying, but they have to learn somewhere.
Yeah, but she was a guinea pig and she's in the bed for a student. And I just.
We all
I-
guinea pigs.
No, so I'm just saying that's why I'm leery of it. That's why I hate
Guinea pigs now
that.
in his life.
Yeah, we really are.
We are all that way, but now it makes me more leery, so I don't want to go to the hospital that teaches kids. I just don't want to be
I
there.
understand. I can deal with one.
I mean, that's mine.
I can't deal with 500 of you.
Right.
If it's just one of you, that's.
I mean, because before that happened, then I wouldn't have had that
You didn't
opinion
have
because I
that
would have
issue.
been excited. Because like when I just went to the hospital for my migraine, the little boy was like he was a student. I was like, oh, okay. So I talked to him and everything and
Go get your
felt like he did a good on the diagnosis and then bring the real doctor. Let me see if it matched up with what you said. But I thought he did a good job. So.
But we were just having that conversation about, you know, the medication that they give you, and they keep giving you different medications to see which one gonna work. That's, you know,
Not only is that, but they all have a side effect that's gonna bring them
it's
in.
guinea pigs.
Yeah, because the medicine that works with your hand might not work with
But I
mine.
said
If
guinea
we were all
pigs.
Right.
But if you were all
pigs.
the same, then we would
Then we'd
have
all
an
be
issue.
Right, so
Right.
they have to see how the medication works on you. The same medication they're giving you for the same thing.
No, what I'm
It
saying
affects
is
your body different.
there is the same patient
Right.
that's going into the doctor
That's
with
like
the
those
same
studies.
the
What
same
are those
issue.
things?
I'm saying they got migraine.
Okay.
Okay, they gave them this medicine
Right.
the first time. That
Right.
medicine didn't work.
Right.
Go back again. Now
Right.
I'm gonna try this medication
Right.
on you. That's because you really don't know what's gonna work.
But
Absolutely.
that
It's just like you have to have the foundational baseline, right? You know what I'm saying? If you have certain symptoms, then they have little things that's like, it's like certain things that go hand in hand. If you got all of these things, then most likely it's this diagnosis. Oh, that don't work. Well, let's do some additional tests.
But
Let
we're
me do
talking
this
about
medication.
being a guinea pig.
But that's
And
what
that
it
goes
is.
in the lines of being a guinea pig.
But
to
then,
me.
Yeah, I said that with guinea pigs. They don't know it all. Yeah, they don't know the body.
you know,
the
it's
human
all,
body.
and you can only know, but all of that ties into our topic of success
Trial
because if
and
you
error.
think about
Trial
it,
and
That's
to be successful is trial and error because once you try and you
Absolutely.
fail and then you
You
try
gotta
another
find another
path.
way. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I mean, all of that ties together to that same path. Like if you try it this way and this way don't work, because I think that all of us in life that are trying to do something to be
Yeah.
successful, you might need to go north, you might need to go south, and I might need to go east, but we all still end up at our goal of being successful.
Absolutely.
You just take different routes to get there.
I couldn't agree with
Right.
you better. Because, you know, look, you know, you
Clean
might
it up,
not.
clean it up.
Clean up, everybody.
Why they got them brooms standing up? They better clean up.
Because I had a discussion with somebody, I wasn't necessarily a discussion, it became kind of an argument, like, why the heck would you take that route? Like, why do you take the hardest route? And it has nothing to do with taking, excuse me, quote unquote, the hardest route, but it's like, I would take this route. It makes sense to go this route because it'll take you 5 minutes and then it take you 30 minutes to get here. That don't make sense. That's common sense, is what he says. And I'm like, that's common sense to you. If this is the destination and you decide to take the 5-minute route, I decide to take the 30-minute route, why the heck does it matter? We both get to the same destination. Look, the prize ain't given to the swift.
But the one that can endure.
Listen.
But in saying that, that makes another good point.
He feels like his way is the right way.
Oh yeah, well,
We
a
did.
lot of us.
Kiana and I talked about that the other day because I remember before I came into my walk with God, everything used to frustrate me. I used to be like, now why the hell I just did that? Or why? You know what I'm saying? Like the other day I was on my way down and I was like, it frustrates me when somebody tells me 8 o'clock because I'm a person that's on time. I don't do that CP stuff. I don't like that. If you tell me 8 o'clock, I think 7:45 is on time for 8 o'clock.
It is.
I'm an on-time person, so if you tell me to meet you somewhere,
You are
be
actually-
respectful
you're not on
of
time.
my
You're just-
time.
You will get there early time first. It's on time at 8 o'clock.
I can't. But so I had a situation where I was waiting for somebody, and that time that they asked me ended up turning into 30 minutes of me waiting. So I
No
left.
respect for people's time though.
And you know, I just feel like if you ask somebody of something, then you give somebody your word. If your word ain't good, then why would I trust you with anything? Why would I want to do business with somebody whose word ain't good?
You know, I
Because
kind of look at the
before
full picture.
contracts
I
and stuff,
understand
that's
it,
just what it
but
was.
I think at some point, because sometimes we all slip. But I think it's important to look at the full, definitely the full picture, because you don't know what the heck that happened. Could have got an accident, whatever.
But when she jumped in, I wasn't finished. So what I was saying to round it off with, yeah, she just cut me off. So what I was saying was, Kiana had to remind me that at times things are stopped because God allows us to slow down because you don't know what accident was up ahead that could have killed you or whatever. So now I look at things on, Lord, I don't know why this train taking 30 minutes, but I know that you're saving me from something. You see what I'm saying? So if it's something that you're trying to do in life and it seems like you just can't get to it, just allow God to order your steps. Don't do it on your own, because if you're trying to do it and you're forcing it and it's not working, that's not the path that God wants you to be on. So stand down and just submit and offer that to, you know, give God and say, God, I don't know what I'm doing, but it just seems like everything that I'm doing is wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm going to surrender it all and let you lead me, because if God leads you, you can't go wrong with it.
Ain't no wrong in that.
You can't go wrong.
You use that with somebody who always late. Yeah. Damn it.
I mean, well, at the end of the day, it's all purposeful. Because even if you can't, let's just say you can. But you got to look at it, because even at the end of the day, if the Lord wanted to bring you to, if the Lord wanted to make sure that you're a timely person, you don't recognize it, he'll let you be late. Well, however long it is that he allow you to be late, people gonna talk junk. However it is your journey is, that people have told you about. We ain't gonna call no names, but you know what I'm saying.
Natasha.
Excuse
okay,
me.
but you know.
Excuse me.
The problem with that is people only prioritize their being on time with certain things. Oh, I'm just going to go hang out with my sister. Oh, that's cool. It's just going to be okay if I'm 30 minutes late. Oh, but I'm being on time to work. You know, they do it like that. It don't matter if I'm late to this, but I can be late to that.
Yeah.
You know,
I ain't gonna go to church on Sunday because it's doing too much raining, but I know I'm gonna be on my job even in the rain.
Or they might say I'm gonna be on time for the word. I might not be on time for
praise
Sunday
and
service or
worship,
for the
right.
praise.
Exactly.
They do that. So
I agree.
I might not be right, but that's what people do.
Because people put
I know,
time
but
and
I
perspective
definitely
to what's
think
important to them.
I was finna do you like you did me, but I ain't gonna do you like that.
You better, because I'm gonna act funny with you. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm still saying.
We all know straight blunt gonna give it to you just like the IS is. But I was just saying, like, he allows you to experience certain things along the way, because you wouldn't be able to recognize it unless somebody had to keep reminding her, whatever it is the Lord used to make sure that you know you're behind this and need to get a little bit more timely. And that's in regards to any aspect that you're having an issue with. If he wants you to be prompt and on time, then he will allow you to experience certain things so that you can see that, hey, tighten up. Because I think everything is purposeful, in other words.
Any audience questions?
I
just be chiming in. I'm a different audience member. My bad.
We already know.
Sorry.
I
can't be an audience
So do you guys think it's wise to compare yourself?
I think that's where you
Two different people.
I think that's where people consider failures, because if I was her size, or if I had this, or because like I'm finna be 42 and I ain't never had no booty, but niggas eat pancakes, so I've been straight my whole life. So I don't consider myself not fine because I ain't got no nose. I consider myself the finest thing every time I walk in the room. I'm smoking on the best name bloom.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
I'm saying, because I feel like confidence is what makes you who you are.
Right.
And I think you gotta put your best forward in the body that God gave you.
I can't get past
I'm just saying.
That's what it is.
It's a pancake.
Just because you put syrup on it.
Call it what it is, Jim. That's what you call it. That's what we gonna call it. Your pancake.
I mean, I'm just enjoying. I'm just being honest, just laughing.
I was so blown up.
I mean, for a long time, I ain't gonna lie. Like being dark skinned, that was an issue for me growing up, because I was dark skinned, and my mom had me with a perm, and I was okay with that. And then I came to my dad's house, and he was like, he didn't like me with a perm. He wanted me to be like Michael and when he got me a curl. So naturally, I ended up being bald head with the curl, because they had to roll my hair with the little, was it the little pink or blue roller, the smallest
Depending on whether your hair.
It was
Gray.
really
Gray.
small. It was
Gray.
no. It was like yellow, like the
Oh, the
real
yellow
small.
one, the yellow one.
And so for me, and it wasn't like I was born light skinned, like I was born black. You know what I'm saying? Like my ears ain't had to catch up with my body. Like I was born black. And people used to crack on me and make jokes all the time because I was dark skinned and grease was running down. And so for a long time, I wasn't in love with myself. No, all jokes aside, I really thought like, I used to think like if I could be lighter.
Yeah.
I didn't think that I was pretty because I felt like I was too dark. So when I remember
Yeah, we did a show on that.
the first time I thought I was pretty, we was in South Seminole at school, and I was sitting in class, in math class one day, and I had some lipstick that I had stole from my auntie Tara, and I put on the lipstick, and I think it was like red, which Kirk would have said I look like I belong on OBT. And I put on some earrings. I had some earrings in my pocketbook. I don't know where I got them from. And when I walked out the class, Kiana and Tanya was like, "Dang, you look pretty, friend. What you did?" And that was the first time, and I think I was in like 8th grade, that I felt pretty my entire life. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, no, I'm being serious. And then it wasn't enough to make me think I was what's popping. But then, once I started going to get my hair done, and, boys started kind of liking me, because I think a lot of boys didn't like me because Kirk was my daddy, so they were scared, because Kirk was crazy. And once I started realizing that Albie Shore thing was gone and chocolate was in,
What?
man, I got a switch in my hips. And baby, you couldn't tell me nothing. Like Daniel. I thought I was fine.
And I thought the opposite. You know what I'm saying? Because even though we close, y'all already know that we may not talk about every single thing.
Right.
I always thought that you exuberated confidence.
I mean, I knew I could walk, because I just knew that you weren't going to say whatever you wanted to say to me, because I was always on guard because of my self-esteem was lower.
Yeah.
So I was ready. So that's why I stayed fighting all the time, because I was TTG trained to go. Say the wrong thing, I'm fighting. And it wasn't because I thought I could beat everybody up. It was because I wanted you to know that I done been low enough to where you're not taking me lower.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So I did that, but I did beat most people up. I just want somebody to chime in and say they ever beat me up. Because I don't recall the day.
Girl!
But they don't have to, because what you just said was I beat up most people.
Yeah.
They don't
So
got to.
Technically, that means you were winning.
See,
I was
that was your
successful
own admission.
Yeah.
That was
in
your
my
admission.
fight. Because some people we jump, so they might would have beat me. Because we don't fight them.
You'll never find out.
If you fight one of them and they winning, I'm fighting.
Right.
One punch, all punch.
We just gonna fight. So that's why I say most people, but it ain't nobody that ever went head to head with me that can say they beat me.
Look, let's get back on topic. Y'all already
I was success in the boxing.
successful in the boxing.
Yeah.
I heard that. I drank
Well, that
that.
was a
Part of
good
success,
thing.
because people wouldn't give you jobs because of the shade of your skin too. So
Absolutely.
it's
No,
a part.
it's true.
There's a portion.
It's true.
Absolutely. How do you feel about is it wise to compare? Like, do you have an opinion on that?
No, I don't think it's wise to compare. I know that, with social media and everything, it's definitely hard not to compare yourself because of the way that they present life for themselves, so a lot of times I think we do kind of.
Are you saying a measure up like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And but I don't think it's wise because, as we spoke of earlier, I don't think it's wise. Yes, I did.
Well, I'll give my why you think it.
No, but I don't think it's. No, you won't. Jump in.
I done been shushed twice. I'm just saying.
Listen, I'm holding on to this little drink because I'm thirsty. So, and I ain't want my glass to be empty on the show. So if it get empty, mind your business.
Right.
I really don't think that it's wise for you to compare yourself, because at the end of the day, what God has for you is for you. You know what I'm saying? That's your path. That's your own lane. You walk in your own lane. Don't look at somebody else's lane. Don't try to merge in nobody else's lane. You stay in your own lane and worry about what you have going on, and take care of your business, and not even focus on anybody else and their stuff that they got going on. I know it's easier said than done because, like I said, social media is so there.
Prominent.
It's there. So you definitely see a lot of people that you may consider successful, wealthy, securing the bag, all that stuff, you may want to, measure yourself up to that individual, try to get to where they're at, but stay in your lane, baby. What God has for you is for you.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to him, make room for your gift. But I don't think that it's wise, as a matter of fact, the Lord said they wise compare yourself to other people anyway, because once again, it goes back to that path. But I feel like, because you do that, and what we do is we do try to follow that trend, so you gonna try to do it.
That's right.
And, I don't know, because once again, it's purposeful, because if it was meant for you, then you'll be successful by following somebody else's trend, you know what I'm saying? But if not, I feel like you'll realize that he has allowed your way to become hard. You know what I'm saying? Your path will definitely become hard, but that hardship actually got you to the road where you actually needed to be. Like you'll realize that you were good at something else. That part. But sometimes we don't know, and I think that's why it's very good for us to pay attention to your kids. You know what I'm saying? And, once you pay attention to your kids and you realize what they're good at, you'll realize their insecurities. Like, you'll begin to promote stuff and then encourage stuff and kind of push them in a different direction. Like, got there where you can't draw. You don't want to go in the tattoo field or whatever. But, Tashana know how to play basketball, but his heart was down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really needed to play basketball, but that was enough as well. Like, you pay attention. Like, he was out there by himself dribbling that ball, but that was also motivation, so it helped him. But I think it's just very wise to just pay attention in that way. You know what I'm saying? You'll get on the road to success for you.
I was thinking about something I seen on social media, and it goes into comparison to what you were speaking about, because if you think about a dog having puppies, I think they only pregnant for a short period of time, but an elephant is pregnant for almost 2 years to accomplish that one baby. You understand what I'm saying? So if it takes one person a year to be successful, and it takes you more years to have, you know what I'm saying? It's because it takes longer to build. That one elephant is worth way more than a litter of puppies. You understand what I'm saying? So if it takes you a while to get that diamond out the rough, take your time. Because if you're going the wrong way, you're going to be like Jonah in the belly of the whale. You're going the way God wants you to go, whether you want to go your way or his way. He's going to swallow you up and take you where he said to go.
I'm just saying.
One way or the other.
I'm just saying.
And the thing is, everybody's not going to be successful. Like, I mean, as much as you may want to be successful. To their extent of, well, not their extent, but as far as what the world says they consider success. As far as the wealth, that's what I'm referring to. That type of success, worldly success.
Be careful with the word, because that's the whole point of this show. You know what I'm saying? Because you go to comparing yourself, and that's why people feel like failures. You know what I'm saying? Because in that thing with people trying to follow that path like somebody else in that way being hard, I think it becomes discouraging. But once those are some of the things that you get on the path, because you start feeling like failures, you can't measure up. You always, you know what I'm saying? So no, you find out what
success is.
Exactly.
Yeah. But until they find out, I mean, there are failures, Tanya.
That's why no, it's not.
No,
it's not. It's a journey. Life is a journey in
itself.
itself.
Sure is, and some people don't always succeed before this life is over. Go ahead.
I agree. That's why I was trying to get into that about the failure and stuff.
You had a question?
I don't have a question. I have a comment.
All right.
From LaRonda Blocker. Hi, LaRonda.
Hello.
Hey, LaRonda.
LaRonda says most people lie on social media about what they are doing. However, those people are successful. You never know what trials and tribulations they had to go through to get where they are or to get what they have.
I totally agree.
It kind of goes back to you
And
saying it's the
process. I totally agree with you, because I think, well, I'm gonna take a little bit of this podcast. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter what it may look to someone else, I mean, because you people have a view from the outside looking in, and we also have a different perspective from the inside looking out. So, and I think sometimes they both got you know what I'm saying? They both got issues. Because sometimes I think something be a problem when it may necessarily not be a problem on both ends. But if you take this journey, like, people may think that it's a small beginning. You know what I'm saying? But this is actually success. If you ever knew how this came about, you know what I'm saying, and what it took to actually keep it going, you know what I'm saying? You just never know what it is that someone is going through. So, you know what I'm saying? And we'll never really look at things from that perspective. We talk, we go, we do, we jab. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, or even from the positive side, you want to support it, whatever, but nobody never really takes a look at their journey. They just...
Right.
Like everybody look at Tiffany Haddish right now thinking, you know, she made it, she's successful, but they don't know how many nights she slept in her car. You don't know what it takes to get down that road that people help. The people that you think are successful, like Oprah Winfrey, who was molested so many times.
Absolutely.
So some people have to go through some things to get where they're going.
Some people do.
And some people not willing to pay the price that other people have paid to be successful.
And again, that's considered that worldly success, you know, because we're looking at Tiffany Haddish as if she's successful because she is a public figure.
Yes,
you know, but
that's the worldly success.
That's the worldly success. But at the end of the day, you really don't know if she's still, you know, going through whatever emotions behind the scenes. It's still a process that she's probably teetering on along the way too, as well as Oprah Winfrey, a process. But that, you know,
I ain't feeling wrong, but I agree.
Yeah, and that in itself, you know, is what the world say success is. You know, but who's to say that they're actually happy? You know what I'm saying? And you know,
yeah, who's to say that they're actually happy?
Yeah,
because
like,
at some point I didn't even want to be rich. You know, because I didn't
want to be famous.
I was going to say famous too, but I didn't. At some point, I didn't want to be rich.
I want my
But no, I'm not saying that now. But I said,
yeah, exactly.
But I said that to say this because there's so many things that come with money. So I didn't even want to deal with all of that when you have so much money. I said at one point I was there, but regardless of whether I was still there or not there, that is definitely where I was. And I think you have to also understand what people's emotions are, motivation or intentions of doing something. Because when we started this podcast, because people give a lot of advice, you know what I'm saying, how to help going this way or do this or how you can make money, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of the advice that we do get do be money motivated, and it's purposeful, so, you know, we get it, and the Lord has told us some things, but the motivation to do the show was, it never had anything to do with views, it never had anything to do with money, like it wasn't motivated to, you know what I'm saying, towards a certain direction. Now, of course, again, it's a process. As you continue to go, the Lord do continue to show different things as you stay on this road. But you got to understand what people's intentions are. You know what I'm saying? What was their purpose? What was their intentions on starting to do it? I think some people don't even want to be famous, like you just said.
Yeah, I wanted to do what they love. You know, I've always been, even like, you know, doing certain things in, you know, the church, or I never wanted to be in the forefront. I've always liked to be in the background. You know, I've always liked to be in the background. So for me to be on the podcast is pulling me out of my comfort zone, completely out of my comfort zone. For me to have been an armor bearer at my church, completely out of my comfort zone. Like I've always, like, I never joined the choir, I never ushered, I just came to church and sat in the back. But then I see that I'm being pushed. I keep being pushed to the forefront. So hear me, y'all, on the podcast.
Hear me go.
Hear me.
I just wanted to finish, and LaRonda also came back and said what everybody else has said before I finished reading her comments.
Sorry, I thought she was finished.
Everyone is not going to be successful because they don't want to put in the work.
That's facts. That's facts.
I don't know if I fully agree with that, but go ahead.
I agree with it because I actually wrote that down.
And I was gonna say, I wasn't even gonna say that, but I was gonna say, make a statement in reference to everybody not being successful and being trying to, you know, cut me off and was like, you know, that's not so. But I definitely don't think, you know, everybody would be successful, and not just because of me saying that they won't be successful, but in their own self. They may not consider themselves being successful before they leave. You know, they may pass away and haven't done the things that they wanted to do or accomplish the things that they wanted to accomplish, and they feel like there was no success, not motivating nobody, not inspiring nobody. There was no success.
Who told you that? That's what you was here for. Like, once again, it goes back to what people said success
I'm
is.
saying if that was their personal
way if that's how you died, that dirty, you never really heard. Well, I won't say, maybe it wasn't necessarily, because I believe that there were certain people created to do destruction pieces, and there's also other people. Yeah, so I do believe, well, we ain't gonna get into that discussion, but at the end of the day, you're here for a purpose.
Absolutely.
I agree with LaRonda because I actually wrote down to a note that said, this means that to be successful, you need to be determined and to consider failure not an option. Because if you continue to give up and you don't push yourself, then you won't accomplish your goals, because you're going to fall a couple of times in trying to make things happen. I know when Tanya first did the podcast, I think my husband and I was the first person she recorded doing the podcast by herself. I remember when she started ordering all of the microphones and everything. So I remember her humble beginnings and what it has become. So I know that you have to go through stages and some stuff. It takes determination. It takes, I'm going to do this.
And when I say that I don't fully agree with what she says, because I want to make sure you guys understand that, because I do believe that there definitely will be some work that comes along with whatever it is, whatever job or task that has been assigned to you. But I think that we have adapted this mentality that if we stay busy and we always on the doggone goal, like that is definitely going to guarantee you success.
Yeah.
And I think that just because you out there working all the doggone time don't necessarily mean you gonna get it. In it shows. The proof is in the doggone pudding. You still exactly where it was that you started 10, 15 years later is what I'm saying. At some point, and once again, I do believe that it's purposeful. But you have to step back and take a look. Like, dude, all you doing is working. You ain't got nothing accomplished, dude.
Because some people don't have a goal. Some people are content with getting up, going to work, paying their bills, and being done.
Absolutely.
So, I mean...
But yeah, I totally agree. I just think that we get busy doing a lot of junk that ain't profitable. Or, it's not profitable.
And I do have a really long comment from Tamelia.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Tamelia Fair. Hi, Tamelia.
Hi, Tamelia.
Hey, Mimi.
She asked, what is success? The definition varies person to person.
Yeah, right.
Despite accomplishments we may have, do we still consider ourselves successful? Moral. There is always more. We must always look at what we have and be thankful for who God created us to be.
Amen.
Some have a greater drive than others, but that doesn't make them a failure. We must stay positive to them to encourage others at all times as people go through many battles and hardships daily that we are not aware of. Regardless of where we are, keep pushing.
I agree with
what she's saying.
LaRonda Blocker comes back and says, like Tanya said, you have to define success. Success for each person is different.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
It was something that we just briefly checking, so y'all know we about to wrap it up because y'all ready to be letting us know you're on that time crunch. But we was talking about something. You better find. That's how the five come out. But we was talking about like it goes back to the gold thing, like you was talking about a little bit earlier in the show when they was talking about what you consider success. Like people want to get married, they want to make a family, they want to make sure they got a career, and they want to make sure that everything is spiritually well rounded. Right, but everything is spiritually well rounded. And you could have accomplished 3 of those goals, but not necessarily 4. Do you consider yourself a failure, or do you allow people to dictate to you because you failed at like your marriage, but yet you got everything else going? You know what I'm saying? You accomplished all your other goals in that direction. Do you sit in the failure, or do you know what I'm saying? You embrace your successes. I'll say that.
My success.
So in conclusion, like what would y'all have to say to anybody that's listening about success? Do you have anything that can encourage anybody listening, and the young kids that are thinking about starting up businesses? What would be your final words on success on this topic?
Look, Kim, you want to go first? Or
Follow your own path.
No, that was
Kiana, do that in the bathroom.
I'm so ashamed.
Goes to the bathroom to poop, but then that's another show.
Here on the final thoughts.
Final thoughts?
On your encouragement.
Just know that whatever your definition of success is, it's not wrong. Everybody has their own definition of success, and don't try to measure up to others and what they consider success to be. Stay in your own lane, and remember that what God has for you is for you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Jennifer.
For me, I would just say that everybody live your life. Dream your own dreams. Don't let somebody else's dreams become yours. trust what your heart says. If your heart says this is for you, then that's what's for you. And don't let anybody discourage you from going after what you want to do, despite how big the hill seems. Chop it down one rock at a time. I think for me, my life success would be hearing when I cross over, well done, thou good and faithful servant, well done.
Oh yeah.
That's
well,
it for me.
Yeah. For me, I say a God above all. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, for me, that again, that is success. And don't be afraid of being different.
Right.
You know, like in order to be able to bring about a new way, you know what I'm saying, something new has to be done. You know what I'm saying? So embrace whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, embrace yourself. And I you know what I'm saying, as a matter of fact, the differentness in you, make it work, God darn it. Because that's what's gonna make it pass. At least in my opinion, I think it will. Embrace your joy, he'll make room. He'll make room for your gift.
He will.
Different does not mean success. Definitely don't. So that means don't compare your doggone self.
Exactly, especially when it comes to like college. If you really not feeling it, like I mean,
My
because
son
some people really is not feeling it, but feel like they're forced to go because of society in
My
a way.
son
You
was
know,
so
that-
young.
Because we didn't really touch that.
yeah. I mean,
Can
don't
somebody
feel
please-
pressured.
Feel free to take up my student loans and pay them. I'll say, thank you, Lord. The bills are due. Thank you, Lord. Because them student loans ain't playing.
Jennifer was trying to get us to sing on the show. We about to wrap it up.
Y'all want to sing a song?
Same guys.
I was just
Y'all sing y'all trying to sing a song.
no. Wrap it up.
They ain't this. So we do this.
Thank you for watching.
We do this.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Kiana, where can they
3D.
follow us?
You can follow us on Instagram, Spoken with Purpose 3. You can also follow us on Facebook, which is Spoken with Purpose. We also have a second page, which is Spoken, together with the word with and purpose, right? Is that how that goes? Spoken with the word W. I don't know. She handles the Facebook page. I know it's Spoken with Purpose. One of them is Spoken with Purpose.
Now, how you gonna let somebody else remember? You can't even remember y'all.
Spoken with Purpose. It's only one. It's 2 pages though. I created one and you created the second one.
I was being funny because at the end of the day, we
our own platforms. Yeah, we got our own platforms. I know mine. Platform is Spoken with Purpose 3. That's Instagram. There's another. There's a Facebook page which is Spoken with Purpose. I ain't gonna need the other one. And then there is the YouTube channel which is Spoken with Purpose podcast. And then we can also be heard on all of the
all the podcast platforms.
Anchor, Spotify, Apple, all of them.
Yeah.
Go check us out.
Absolutely. The other Facebook page that Kiana was talking about was Spoken W Purpose. That one we could be a little bit more social with you guys. But yeah, because you know we joke with each other, so definitely don't take us. During the whole platform is ours, but you know, in order to be able to keep the full thing going, you got to dedicate tasks. That's what I'm saying. So you know, Facebook is all me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you know she
give
got
her
hers.
finish. She didn't finish. Let her finish. Do it again.
She be on. You feel me?
Do it again.
Like that's one thing we keep.
Right.
Tasha over here checking me while I'm checking something in my life. She done check me on live.
Look at Jennifer over here
I'm gonna
reminding
check
me
on
about what I need to do. You know what I'm talking about? And you don't get offended. What you do? Bessie, I thank you. You heard me.
That's right.
But absolutely, we do want to thank you guys for tuning in. Y'all already know we love, much love. Make sure y'all share this, like, comment. Please go subscribe to our YouTube channels. We're trying to do some things on that channel. And if y'all don't know the business aspect, just know go tune in. Go subscribe because we need you. And also, we want to give a shout out to Keisha for actually coming in and joining the conversation. Y'all already know she always better. She ain't in the comments, and now that we're in a different atmosphere, y'all can hear now.
Thank
And
you. Thank you, Jennifer, for coming in and being on our show today.
Thank you. She had done brought that in and I wasn't ready because I was going to get crunk when they said it, but okay.
You weren't ready for this?
I wasn't ready to get it up. I wasn't ready. These my besties.
3,
My besties.
2,